While there is a lot of excitement in certain sections of society over the newly appointed members of cabinet, many in the opposition say there is nothing to get excited about.
I would sum up this cabinet as a Bonnabalye cabinet. There is no particular criteria Mr. Museveni used in regards to competences, in regards to expertise, capabilities, demonstrated experience, and capacity to deliver.
He has continued to posture, and of course the cabinet which he announced yesterday, there's nothing to expect from it. You see that it is more of the same, and you cannot expect that they are going to change the fortunes of the people of Uganda.
Unfortunately, if you look at the names proposed, many of them are people who cannot be employed anywhere. For me, I use very simple yardsticks. If you are appointing a person to serve in government, he must have the same competence and skills like someone serving in a private organization. I don't know if in Uganda there is any organization worth the name that can employ Robina Nabanja as a CEO. She is now the Prime Minister, coordinator of government business, supervisor of government work.
They claim the ministers were appointed based solely on loyalty to the NRM and the president and on their ability to serve the country.
I don't think that even Museveni or anyone in his senses think that Jessica Rupo can be president of Uganda. But unfortunately, Museveni doesn't think he will die, and he prepares no country without him. So you have a vice president whose level of competence maybe should be a company commander, and then below her, Nabanja. And then you have Kadaga, who, by her number of years in service, should have retired and go home. Now Kadaga, you've been a speaker with Nabanja, the commissioner, and an ordinary MP, and a state minister. So in the morning, you walk the corridors to go and meet your supervisor called Nabanja.
And that is why there was no excitement from the population, because, I mean, it's the same thing, same old, tired people who are certainly not able to deliver this country to where it is supposed to be.
There were also words of caution for opposition members who get ruled to join the ruling party.
So he just picks you for his political gain at that particular time. After, using you for that political season, he dumps you and leaves you in the cold, where the population can no longer trust you, where basically you are just left hanging because the people cannot trust you, and Museveni himself and his system no longer want you, so they just dump you out there in the cold. And so I feel sorry for our comrades who find themselves in that situation, but this should be a lesson to all of us, not to accept to be used.
Natural change behaved as if the whole world now was under her feet in the parliament. Now she's been thrown out. Maybe she can be made RDC Kapchoro. So because that's the next line of appointment.
There was a special call for Joyce Nabosa Sebugwao, a founder member of the Forum for Democratic Change, not to accept her appointment as the State Minister for Information and Communication Technology.
And she's been there for 20 years. I think now she should be about 76, going into the 80s. I don't understand what the motivation for her is this time. That for 20 years you want to remove Museveni for corruption, you want to remove Museveni for sectarianism, for all the offenses that she knows. And today you go and join him to do the same thing. I can only sympathize with her. First of all, Museveni will never like you. She will be treated the same way as treated Nachuara Chienje, Chibazanga, Bet Kamia. You will come just to cause confusion, and then maybe in the first reshuffle, you will not hear Joyce Sebugwao, she will be gone.
All the cabinet appointees still have to be vetted and approved by the Parliament's Appointments Committee. John Cliff Wamala, NTV News.
Since cut off, since the Karamojong have built their kraals,